What's going on? It's your boy Tunnel Vision. We're back for another one. Anthony Joshua. Get it together, my homie. Anthony Joshua, in a blog, was talking about how he has a new mindset. He has a stone cold mindset. Killer mindset. That's what he basically put out there. That he's going to have a different type of focus. Obviously, he's going to be mean. Going in there, trying to take this boy's head off. Talking about how even his ring walk, everything's going to be different. His whole mental mind state, when he's having his ring walk, everything is going to be different. He's going to be focused, laser focused, and, he's going to go out there to do his thing. He believes that he was being too nice before, smiling too much, and taking things too leisurely, I guess. And I've seen this cold mindset that he's talking about. I've seen it. If you see, I think it was in what was it? I think it was in Saudi Arabia, or was it in New York? It could have been in New York, but I think it was in Saudi Arabia, where they had their interview, promotions for this fight that's going to happen in a couple of weeks if that stadium gets finished. They had a face-off with him and Ruiz, and he gets up into Ruiz's face. He's focused. He had this mean look on his face. That I'm gonna rip your head off type of look. That look like Mike Tyson used to give people. Back in the day when they were about to fight. And dudes would they'll put their head down, they'll curl up, they'd be petrified of the guy. He had that look, and he was giving that to Ruiz, letting him know that he's about his business this time, that he's not playing around this time. That he's stone cold this time. He's stone cold this time. He ain't playing no games. He gave that look to Ruiz. And Ruiz was looking at him. Ruiz said one thing to him, and it was like, the whole facade just broke. Like, I don't know what it is that Ruiz said to him, but Ruiz was looking at him. He could see that, okay, this guy's he's coming at me different. He's coming at me in a way that he hadn't come at me before. It's like this new look that Ruiz saw. And clearly Ruiz wasn't fazed about it. I don't know what Ruiz said to him, but all of a sudden it went from it all just crumbled. It broke, it just shattered. Completely just shattered. And it's cool to have that quote focus, to have that quote stone cold mindset when the guy's, is thousands of miles away. But when that guy's in front of you, are you still going to have that quote same mindset? Are you going to have that same mindset? And I think it's the same thing with Joshua all the time. Is he's just always all over the place. He's always all over the place. First it was no excuses. For when it comes to the loss. Then it was all, he was thinking about the Wilder fight and what Wilder did. That's why it happened. Oh, he was thinking about Undisputed. That's why it happened. Oh, he took Ruiz too lightly. That's why it happened. Ruiz got lucky. It was a punch from the gods. That's why it happened. It was just a lucky punch. 99 out of 100 times he's supposed to beat Ruiz. It's always something new. And then he always has these like new, now he's trying to lose weight, I guess. Now he's changing up his mindset. If the guy got lucky, why do you need to change up your mindset? If the guy got lucky, it doesn't matter what your mindset is. You get hit with a lucky shot, you get hit with a lucky shot. That's why they call it a lucky shot. It doesn't matter what your mindset is. But you're supposedly changing up all these things. You're talking about maybe bringing in other people into your camp to help you out. All this stuff. Supposedly, I don't know. People say that he's losing weight, but I don't necessarily know if he is or not, because I've seen a lot of other camps where people have said that Anthony Joshua's losing weight, he's losing weight, and then he comes and weighs in at the same weight he's always weighed in. He takes off his shirt, for the weigh-in, and he still looks big as hell, as he always looks. I don't know if he's truly necessarily losing weight. The Andy Ruiz thing, like people think, oh, he's lost 30 pounds. He ain't lose that much weight. That's a lot of it is Photoshop. A lot of it is like the angles and the shirts that he has on, because he still doesn't have that thick arms. He has skinny arms. but he has his midsection is the one that's really, really huge. So you got a black shirt on, and you got your hand up like this, and your face a certain way, and a little bit of Photoshop. Yeah, you look skinny. Like I remember there was one shot, his face looked lean as hell. Then I seen him have an interview just a couple of days later, and his face is plumped as hell. So I think that's more just BS. Ruiz probably lost a couple of pounds. He's gonna make sure that he's fit, but I remember seeing a thing on him and how they do it, how they kind of they might cut a little bit, but they're not like cutting his calories down like crazy or anything like that. They kind of just keep everything, all right, you're going to eat, but you're going to eat lean, and you're going to eat clean, and you're going to train, and then wherever you're at, that's where you're at. So they don't go about it in a stupid way. But, I mean, Anthony Joshua himself, I think he needs to, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like when he'll say something, but I guess he believes, and then a few days later, he'll flip what he said before, and you can tell it's like something he heard from Eddie Hearn. And you hear his mouth, and it's almost like everything you're hearing is from Eddie Hearn. And then now he's always, trying to always throw out this philosophical, I'm having a hard time saying that word today, philosophical phrases and things like that. And it's like, where the hell is this all coming from? And I think it's probably coming from a therapist. A lot of times when he speaks, I'm like, all right, he got that from Barry Hearn, he got that from Eddie Hearn, and he's putting out their speaking points. And a lot of when he talks about like his getting ready for these fights and everything, I don't think it's necessarily the words that are coming out of his own mouth. It's the words that's coming from whoever's helping him try to stay mentally focused and keep him mentally together. I guess he's someone that has a really, very hard time keeping things mentally completely together. I mean, why else would you need to get a mental sports therapist before a fight against somebody that's a 1-13 underdog? It means there's something going on in your head. I think at the end of the day, it was 1-11. It started off like at 1-20. So, it's something going on in your head where I don't know what it is. And I think Anthony Joshua needs to stop focusing on everybody else. I think he needs to stop focusing on what everybody else is saying and stop trying to be this BS persona that you keep trying to put out all the time. Just be yourself, man. Like, F everybody else, man. You already lost one time. It's like, F everybody else. You don't have your belts. Forget everybody else, man. Just stop trying to put out this fake facade. Stop trying to put out this, trying to please everybody or make people be at ease, I guess you could say, over this bout that's about to happen. Just focus on what you need to focus on. Look at what your deficiencies are and go on from there. Look at your deficiencies and go on from there. And F everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that should be coming out of that man's mouth is like, yo, I took this L. I'm focused. I'm training hard. And I'm doing whatever it takes to get this victory and get my belts back. That's the only thing he should be saying. And whenever anybody asks him a question like, yo, sometimes you take L's, man. Sometimes you take a loss. It is what it is. I took a loss and I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm training hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. And that's it. But this whole stone cold mindset, I'm a mean guy now. Nah, man, that's not you. That's not you, man. Somebody like Andy Ruiz gonna see right through that BS. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.